Hi all, welcome back. If this is not your first time, if it is, well, welcome, and I'm so very happy that you're here visiting. If you've seen my first DIY ideas video, then we can call this a part 2. Now everything with the exception of the critters is DIY, so I will break the scene down and explain a little bit about how I made everything. So let's get into it. So first I'm going to talk about how I did the handbags. You'll see here, this handbag is actually a piece of ribbon that was folded in half, and then I just sewed both sides, and that was pretty much it. This is from my scrapbooking days. I had some rubber stamps and some glitter glue, and that's how I colored in the design on the bag. For this bag, the same concept. This is a piece of ribbon folded in half, and I'll just show you what that looked like. So here, this is the ribbon. So you cut a piece long enough, you fold it in half, and then you sew the sides. So I had crocheted, and so I sewed the crochet, just one line of crochet onto it, and then of course I made that also a handle. And this is actually from an old shirt. You know those annoying tags? Well, that's exactly what this is. I was going to throw an old shirt away, and I decided I would cut out that tag and use it for the handbag. This handbag is same concept, the ribbon that is folded in half, and then I just glued another ribbon onto it. Actually, it's glued on there twice, 2 rows of it. And it's the same ribbon that was used here on the hat and on the bodice of this dress. Now that covers most of the handbags. There's one more handbag, and it is again the same concept. This is another ribbon that was glued on there, and tacky glue is really good for this, and that's what I used to glue the ribbon, this ribbon onto the other ribbon. Now when I first bought the Grand Department Store, it was really bare, and I wanted to have some nice dresses in there and some mannequins. And one day I was going to throw away some old toothbrush holders belonging to my grandkids, and they are in the shape of animals, so I really didn't want to throw them away because I knew I could find a good use for them. What I did was then I turned them into mannequins. Now you'll see here I filled the inside of it with the hot glue, and then this is a really long screw. These are cutouts from this, and that's what I'm using as the arms of the mannequin. And that's the same with this one. The same thing. I also wrapped some pretty lace around the screw to make it look like really nice. And so those were my first 2 mannequins. Now, since my Grand Department Store can never have too many mannequins, one day when I was at the Target store, I noticed some lip balms, and that's what these are. These are actually lip balms, and I need to be careful here. Taking off the dress. And I glued these on from here to give them little arms. And these are my mannequins. Now to get the little arms on, I used Crazy Glue. Now, one of the problems that I had was the stability of the mannequins. So I ended up gluing a button to the bottom for this one and for this one to give it better stability so it wouldn't so easily topple over. Now the dresses are also handmade, and what I used was this lace. Whoops, talking about stability. And I had taken the lace, about 3 inches of it approximately, and folded it 3 times. Well, basically 3 layers of it, like so. And then of course you sew the edge here, and I either crocheted and then sewed that onto here, which is the case of this dress. And then this is beads that I sewed on here as well. And for this one I just ended up sewing lace, another piece of lace on the top of the dress. And the same lace is a hat. So this is basically my DIY. I had mentioned in a previous video I took a child's building block, and I did the same here. I painted it. I glued some beads on the bottom to make them look like the legs of the table. And then I used a rubber stamp. And so this is my department store table. These are, in the back, are also children's building blocks. And then lastly, these are some, I don't know if they're satin flowers. I can't even tell you where I got them. It's been so long. But I knew I'd be able to do something as a decoration for my grand department store. These are the caps from old markers. And so that's what I use as the base. Now I do want to mention that I was not wasteful with the lip balms. I did put them to good use, and I did use them during the winter time. Once they were emptied, then I converted them into mannequins. I do hope that you found some of these things useful, and that hopefully it gave you some ideas for your critters. Anyways, thank you for watching, and bye-bye now.